Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the show tonight is the one and only Linda, Rudy Bear, Jaffa, and the legend that is the Bridgeman. Evening, people.
Evening, Ox. Evening, all.
Evening, everyone.
Evening, Ox. Can I say big good evening to all you guys? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
I'll go to Jaffa and Linda because the other two are on the naughty step. Right, okay. How are you, Rudy Bear?
I am good, thanks, Ox. Sorry about last night. Apologies to everybody.
Apologies mean nothing to me.
Okay, right. But apart from that, I'm good. Looking forward to Christmas, Oxchair. I've been and seen all the grandkids, and they're all going away to do other things. Then I'll see them all again on Boxing Day. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to it.
I thought it'd been great grandkids, but that's another story. How are you, Bridge? How was the show?
Oh, the show was wonderful, absolutely fabulous. I have to say, one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Somebody mentioned that you might have read the tickets long when you said Les Mis. You were thinking a different kind of show.
I like it. Very good. That's quite quick, actually.
What do you mean quick? Quick? I want 24 hours to think it up.
Oh, that's brilliant, that is. Super. No, I thoroughly enjoyed it, thank you. Very good.
Good. And what about you, Rudy? Did you enjoy your evening?
I did, mate. I listened to the show when I finally got back in the house again last night, and many thanks to the boys for coming on the show. You know, Stevie and Southside. I thought it was a great show, Ox. I listened back to it again last night. Well done to the two boys for stepping in at the last minute, you know.
Yeah. How are you, Jaffa?
Oh, wonderful, Ox. Top of the league, 6 points. Feeling great. Got my Paisley patterned tie on here. Got the wee outfit, the onesie on the whole lot. So.
You done your Jaffa?
Done yourself, Jaffa. love that Paisley pattern, Ox. I love it. So I do.
Oh my God. Yeah, it must have been the first time Celtic were scared to tackle kids, but that's another story. And how are you, Linda, the princess of Rangers Radio?
I'm very well, yes. All Christmas shopping's done, all Christmas presents all wrapped under the tree, everything's organised. Just got a wee question for you, Ox. Is it okay if I ask you a question?
Yes.
I just wondered, are football games, the duration of them now being changed to 97 minutes and we've not been told about it?
I think there's a lot of things we've not been told about, Linda.
I just wondered that. It was a wee question, you know.
No,
you're very knowledgeable about things, and I thought you might be able to tell us.
Listen, I think it's in the old style. Next goal's a winner.
Apart from Paisley.
The guy with the ball at him, that was a game done, wasn't it?
Next thing you know, they were taking the goalposts away, Linda, and chucking some jerseys down on the grass, you know what I mean?
It was one of the wee 14-year-olds run off the park with the ball. That was when the referee basically blew the whistle last night, I think. So, we'll leave it at that.
Who chuckled when they heard that result? We'll start with Jaffa.
Oh, delighted, Dogs. That was a belter, wasn't it? I mean, gee whiz. But it's no more than karma and, you know, Lady Luck and all that. They deserve to be honest with them. You know, they amend the rules at their will. They've got their hand in so many, their fingers in so many sticky pies, and they can get the rule book changed at will. And I love it when it comes back to bite them up. I love it. Bring it on. Give me another 19 games of that.
Yeah. Linda, when I look at you in the studio tonight, you're by far the most intelligent in the studio tonight, yes?
Don't know about that.
By a distance, I may add. Right. I think you were only one to pass your qual out, the lot of you. Right, okay. How is this working out economically? Can you explain that to me? I've asked a few people the last couple of nights. Now, if their plan is that there'll be people back in 3 weeks, potentially, you never know, but potentially not. If that was the case, how's that worked out for economically? Or have we got a case to bill for about £2 million?
Yes, I would agree with that. I did think as well that it was quite good that we didn't come out with a statement about anything yesterday. We just kept our powder dry. I thought that was good because we could have, said something from the club. Yes, only one team in Glasgow in terms of the home games, the 29th and the 2nd of January. I think there was maybe 2 other teams in the league had both had home games for those 2 games as well, Ox. But yeah, I would suggest that there's quite a strong case for a financial claim. And I think Mr. Doncaster said that there is money available. So it will be interesting to see which clubs are allowed to actually apply for that in terms of who'll be affected most by it.
Jaffa?
Yep, and I think we all know the answer to that, Ox. It's our club that's been affected most by it. And also, the change in moving the timeline so that they could move the Old Firm game, and that's the game that they're fearful of us, Ox, without a shadow of a doubt, and rightfully so. They should be fearful of us, but they'll get to reinvigorate their staff, the players that are out injured. They'll get to bring them back for injury, but they get that opportunity, and they'll also get the chance to bring in. If you looked at their bench last night and looked at who they brought out for the 11. They've got signings lined up by all accounts. There's no saying that those signings are going to work out, but we know that's what they're angling for. They're just a bunch of no users, Ox. I can't go all that. Why not just play the game on grass? But they can't do it. They're always fiddling with the rules, aren't they?
They're always fiddling, but that's another subject. How do I put this? This is just a personal view, and I know that all you people on here have got strong moral fibre for society. Apart from Bridge, who's on a different tax bracket for the rest of us. Right. If this was for the good of society, and we couldn't go to the football forever, we would hate it. We wouldn't want to do it, but we would do it. I don't understand what the football's not been stopped. It's been crowds, it's been stopped. It all comes down to economics. I see the Aberdeen chairman has contacted the First Minister to see if they can get crowds in for Boxing Day because it's going to cost them money. Oh dear. Right. So if it was just that, I think we would be all supportive of it. We would see the rationale really better, yeah?
Yep.
It's so blatant what they've done to try and benefit their own hordes. We're getting in at a game. It's just a game, us v them. They say we don't exist, so what they're worried about, yeah? You wouldn't think they'd got excited about a team that they thought said doesn't exist, yeah?
Yeah.
So, would it be that because they wouldn't get into that certain game, that there would be so many of them wanting refunds of their season ticket, it would open the doors to them losing millions of quid?
Yeah. Well, that was the case at the end of last season, wasn't it? There was thousands of them claiming saying they wanted their season ticket money back. But look, Ox, this has just been absolutely nonsensical to me. And just over a week's time, we have a 3-week winter break. It makes absolutely no sense to me that we couldn't have just played to that winter break. And okay, you curtail the numbers in the stadiums. I get that. As much as we don't like it, I totally get that. You curtail, it's 500, isn't it? So right, you curtail the numbers in the stadiums, but you play the games right up until the second. You finish the football card off up to that point, and then you have your 3-week winter break. They've literally put themselves now in a position where Neil Doncaster himself, and bear in mind, this is a guy that's on, was it close to 400 grand a year?
But the same as Bridge, but the same money.
He's now come out today and he said there's no more wriggle room after the winter break to play games that might postpone. So those games will now...
I'm trying to change my tack tonight. So what was happening when we get to the 16th of January and crowds aren't allowed back in then?
I have absolutely no idea, Ox. I really don't. And I often wonder, you look at our governing bodies, is there any wonder sometimes we looked at it as a backwater in football? I mean, really, he's literally came out the day and said that he's left himself no wriggle room, or we've left as a footballing country, we've literally not got any wriggle room for games that might be postponed. Did they not think of that when Celtic came begging them to make sure this game wasn't played on the 2nd of January for all the reasons that Jaffa just so eloquently put forward there. I mean, honestly, I really wonder about Scottish football at times, you know, and I think sometimes it's more a case of how can we do Rangers a disservice as opposed to how can we do the best thing for Scottish football? Because as it looks at the moment, as you just say, Aberdeen have now gone to the government and says, look, we want to play this game. We need to play this game. We need fans in the stadium and we need to play the game. I mean, surely these other clubs must have thought about this. I don't know what they were promised stocks behind the scenes to get this early winter break, but it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, mate.
Can I just come in on that a wee minute, Fox? Yeah.
Yes, Bridge.
Just to say that, look, I don't think necessarily that Celtic are doing this for footballing reasons. It's 100% financial, 100%. They don't want to play Rangers, not because they're fear of Rangers necessarily, although they probably are, but they don't want to play Rangers in an empty stadium. There's so much money involved. We're speaking, I don't know, maybe a couple of £1 million involved in this. If Rangers, if they can't get their stadium fully, there ain't hordes and their corporate, all the corporate stuff, and whatever else comes from TV, you know, because of the fans are there. There's huge. I mean, it's absolutely massive, and I think that's the only reason, the one and only reason. And if they saw an opportunity to get that without any fan interruption on their behalf, there'll be no missing fans at their stadium whatsoever. And this nonsense.
If we start back on with fans allowed on the 16th, they'll have no.
Yeah, that's correct. But just that they want the way they've laid it out, let's not say too much, but the way it's been laid out, let's put it that way, then the chances are the Celtic will be able to walk back in, and maybe the first game they have is a huge game, and there it comes. It's going to be a full house. So they are not losing anything because they're not going to have a full house between now. At home, I mean, between now and the 6th of January.
If the Scottish Government predictions are true, Linda, and if this is only for 3 weeks, which I don't know, none of us know, that would mean that on the 16th or whatever date it is, we come back, that they would be home to Hibs and no lose one spectator through their door. Where is the integrity of fairness in that?
Yeah, absolutely. Aye. And in terms of the numbers of infections, in terms of this, this Omicron, apparently we haven't actually reached the peak. And I know they were talking today about the fact that the effects of it, in terms of hospitalisations, etc., is maybe not as bad. But most people you speak to, there's no way full stadiums are going to be allowed in the 16th of January, whatever that date is. And I would suspect as well, unless there is a dramatic improvement, that even when we get to the 2nd of February, there's a possibility that there won't be as many fans in either, or certainly not a full house. I don't know, could be wrong about that. But even if you think about down south, they want to get their games played. It's the fact that they are crippled with COVID cases in their clubs and their players. That's the problem for them. Whereas we had the opportunity to play these games. And, we think the Scottish Government, you knew they were going to do something, maybe not down to 500. That was a bit of a shock. But at least they were still allowing football to take place and give fans something to actually watch. But it's definitely, as we've said, it's been driven obviously by one main club's agenda.
I think I listened to the show last night, guys. I have to say this, and I thought it was an absolutely fantastic show last night. All the points spot on, and the stuff that Big Stevie for the drum and South Side was saying was absolutely really, really right to the point. And I remember when it was in Rangers Chat, whomever has been in Rangers Chat, and I've said some points like that. And when it came on to Rangers Radio, I raised this for more than a season. I thought that time there's nothing we can do, because you've heard me saying this. There was nothing we could do because a lot of our fans wanted to go away to away games. But the points that Southside and Big Stevie, who were probably the two of the most, shall we say, fanatical Rangers fans and travelled everywhere they could, they've turned around now and saying maybe we need to do something different. And that's the kind of stuff I was shouting for a long time ago.
They were
Admittedly,
both wanting to hit the other clubs in the pulpit. Southside wasn't want to travel, and Stevie wasn't want to buy pies at the away games.
But that's all. That is something else. When I listened to the show last night, I've thought this for a long time, and I get, guys like Big Stevie and Southside and thousands of the Bears want to go away grounds and support the teams. 10 clubs in the Premier League wanted this, apparently. So if that's the case, and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you don't know what they've been told or what's been said to them, that'll probably not come out. We won't know about that. But the fact that 10 teams wanted this and only 2 didn't, it's just absolutely nonsensical to me. And for a long time, I thought we do a lot of whinging about what happens with the SPFL. We do a lot of whinging about what other teams vote for, curtailment of seasons and stuff like that. And we literally don't do anything about it. We just moan about it. The Bears go to every stadium in this country and they put their money into the coffers of every club in the Premier League in this country. We keep these clubs afloat by paying them our blue pound. There is one where you're fighting back, Ox. And I get that guys want to go and lasses want to go to the games, the away games. They want to support the team. Mm-hmm. But I'm with Bridgeman on this. We've got a huge amount of financial power if we decide to use it, Ox. We've never used it. That's the
back to my point I've been saying for years. You're asking people to give up something that you don't do.
I know that. Yeah. I totally get that, Ox. And I did do it for a long time.
No.
I don't do it anymore.
It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. You're 20 years of age. You're asking them to do something that we were allowed to do at 20 years of age.
I know that. that. Yep. I totally get it.
I mean, you've got to remember that these young people have gave up all their social to protect all you audience.
I mean, I'm saying this today to my nephews and to my son-in-laws, and they guys all go away as well, and they're saying the same thing as you've just said to me. Yeah, but you don't go away anymore to the away games. We do. That's the problem. You know what I mean?
I don't think it should be a dictum in any way, shape, or form. I go along with
I think Stevie's pie one would hit him in the pocket.
Southside and Stevie said that what they're talking about is the fans need to sit down and think it through. If they want Rangers to be a force, a better force than they are, maybe they may have to do that. They use the blue pound in a particular way. I think.
I'll cut across you. We've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Good evening, my good friends.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, JFK.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Start. How you doing, guys? All right. This is just. Can't need to bottle my words here.
I was told you were coming in to wish you happy Christmas.
Oh, no, I'll do that before I go, mate. I'm only staying a wee while because I've got to go and collect my good lady. She's working tonight. She's a healthcare worker, as you know. She's got her shoulder to the wheel. But anyway, I listen to the show every night, obviously, and I listen to Big Stevie and Southside, and I listen to what you guys are saying there, and you made a good point there, but if you don't go to the games, how can you ask somebody else?
It's difficult, Jimmy.
Of course it is, mate. But look, I mean, I listened to Radio Scotland today, and the only reason I listened to it because Doncaster was on it live, and one of his lines in it, he says that he said that the top flight's decision to bring forward its winter break was a good week for democracy. Now, I don't know where he gets that line for. You know, I'm looking at the board, right? The board, you know who the first three are. Doncaster, Chairman McClellan, and the non-executive director, that Karen McCluskey, we know about her. But why should clubs for Airdrie, Hamilton Accies, Dunfermline, Forfar, why should they get a vote on what happens to...
I've not seen anything that said there was a vote, Jimmy.
What I'm saying is that it was a 10-2 vote for the SPFL, and then that vote went in front of the committee. It wasn't the SPFL teams that made the decision, Oxford.
No, it went to the committee.
So what evidence did the committee have that said that they should shut it down? Right, because some of these directors are sitting on the SPFL committee whose clubs are still playing right through. They don't have a winter break. So why should they have the say-so to say, right, let's shut down the SPFL, which Rudy rightly says, not only do we feed the mouse at a lot of the clubs in the SPFL Premiership, but we also feed a lot of these mouse down the bottom. And it's absolutely scandalous. Look, we all know without getting too in their face, because you could say a lot of things that would upset people. But this was driven by the no-shamers, right? They're always defeated, never heat. Well, I can't even, because you know something, I'm angry. You know what I mean? Always cheated, never defeated. This is a sham. And there must be a laughing stock, Oxshire, for what's happened here. No.
Every day we're being maybe wearing like a laughing stock. As the information's coming out about Omicron or whatever we're calling it, but it looks as if it's not going to be as dramatic as it's been predicted a week ago, you know. Potentially, yeah.
I'm just hoping that when we do come round to play the Puddle Drinkers, and it's, look, we're not frightened about what team they put out, because they've got a team of dross, no matter who they bring in. They've got 3 Japanese players coming, as far as I know, in January, right? Kyogo's no great shakes. I mean, he didn't play it against us, and Jota's so. I'm hoping that if the crowds do get back in for the first Old Firm game, I'm hoping that Nigeria get to the semi-finals of the African Nations Cup, and our 3 players are included in that, and we can invoke the FIFA rule to request that our next game is cancelled because we've got 3 players away in international duty, and that would really mess with their heads, wouldn't it?
Who would the 3 Nigerian players be?
Well, who we got? We've got Aribo,
Bassey, Balogun, and Aribo.
Aye, Balogun.
I don't think I'd be surprised if Bassey's in their squad.
No, I'm not. I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, to get back at them, we should be doing anything to get back at them. But do you know what really hurts most, and as a word hurt, is that the Rangers haven't made any sort of statement that we decried what had happened here. This was never for democracy. This was this club again cajoling other directors at other clubs to try and get their own way. It's nothing to do with finance.
I think there's I think for some of the other clubs there's a bit of self-interest as well. If you're St Johnstone, St Mirren, maybe potentially Hibs, they've got their own self-interest, yeah, as well as the other
possibly
team.
But I think that's usurped with them. I think they actually, their motive was they saw a chance here, right? You know, it's shut down. We've got 11 players out. Let's go for
what they've said is now that if there's a cup final at the beginning of May and you've got 2 players injured, you can get the cup final moved to the end of May.
Aye.
That's what I've said, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's absolutely it's disgusting. You know, they're running frightened of us, and look, I don't care who they bring into their team in January. They're still not a great team, but it's just the fact is I can't get to the fact where like all you other guys, you know. And Boxing Day was a family day for us, the same as everybody else. Looking forward to going to the FITBA, meeting my friends. I've got friends coming here from Northern Ireland who are arriving tonight. Now it's either a pub or whatever. Still get to see them.
That's where it doesn't make sense, GFK, because what they've done with 50,000 people who have made arrangements, yeah, 50,000 people. The chances are, I don't know, Rudy. What do you think? 50% of them will end up going to the boozers.
It's not going to. Well, that's not going to be a surprise, is it, Ox?
So that would be. How's that helping public health?
Look, I don't know, Ox. I said to my son-in-law last night, the older I get, Ox, the less I understand about the world. Do you know? I mean, I look at these people making these crazy decisions, and I don't get any of it. But I mean, it's Boxing Day. It's a holiday. People want to go out and enjoy themselves. 50,000 bears would have been at Ibrox on Boxing Day for the game. You know, they probably had a drink on the way into the game. You know, went, saw the game, came out of the stadium. Maybe a few of them would have went and had a drink on the way home, couple of pints, met up with their friends and their family for the game. You're not going to get the 50,000 bears just sitting in the house not doing anything. That's not going to happen in Boxing Day. If anybody
playing Twister, Linda.
Twister,
Do they honestly think the Loudon's not going to be rammed?
jam packed, Jimmy.
Aye, you know, it's crazy, Rudy. It's crazy, and it's just beggars belief, you know. And it's absolutely it's a disgusting decision. And how these people can look. No, I wouldn't even look them in the eye anywhere. Probably spitting it.
But see, Jimmy, the thing, do you know, the really annoying thing about the whole situation is, right, for what I've read today, they're now saying, health officials are now saying that they don't think this new variant, which they're calling Omicron, has reached its peak yet and probably won't until the middle of January.
Yeah.
So they're talking starting football back in the middle of January. So
It depends if you call the middle of January the 15th or the 16th, Rudy, you know what I mean?
True.
But you know what I'm saying, though, Ox? What was the point in bringing the winter shutdown forward when they're now saying it won't reach its peak until the middle of January? So you get to the middle of January, you then find out that other clubs, you know, I mean, all clubs will probably at some point in January have players affected by the new variant or just, you know, the virus in general. They have family members affected by it. So what do you do when you get to the middle of January and this thing, as apparently as they're predicting, hits its peak? So you get to the middle of January. What are all these clubs going to do then?
I know. Right, enough. That's plenty, Isa. Right. Okay. Jaffa, you like numbers, you know, and have you done any quick arithmetic to see the potential cost to your club? What you thinking?
It's the hospitality side of it all, as well as it's massive. I mean, sponsorship, merchandising.
People coming.
It's got to be
money at the show. Yeah.
A couple of million, Hawks, I would say. I would reckon a couple.
Profit, more than that turnover.
I would say probably maybe about 3.5 million turnover, maybe about 2 million profit, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, certainly the players' wages paid for the month anyway. That's for sure. But it's just us at the end of the day. And I mean, going back to your point there, Ox, talking about numbers, and how long the government are estimating this is, you know, the current shutdown is until the 16th of January. Well, the government are paying out grants to businesses to support them between December and January for the full month of January. So the government obviously anticipate that this shutdown is going to continue until the end of January. So by their own very actions, you know, they're helping nightclubs and they're helping hospitality businesses and hoteliers. So I don't see how that the SPFL are going to be in any different a position from anybody else in the country. So there'll be no crowds back in stadia by the 16th of January. This is going to be the biggest, absolute whitewash of a decision, because it's going to have served absolutely no good whatsoever. Because come the Old Firm game on the 3rd of February or the 2nd of February, it will still be behind closed doors with 500 fans.
Potentially, yeah.
And Kyogo will still be out with a hamstring injury, and so will about 4 or 5 others, the rest of them.
Here's the thing. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a policeman, right? And I do have friends that's policemen.
I find that hard to believe. No that you've got friends that one's a policeman.
and he's a blue nose. And what he said to me is, he says, no, the Police Scotland have always advocated that they would only have the Old Firm games between 11:30 and 12:30 on a Saturday or a Sunday. And here we are, potential disaster, a 7:45 kick-off with possibly 60,000 fans milling about. How is that not a potential for trouble? You know,
on a Wednesday night.
On a Wednesday night. That's what my mate Brian was saying today. I says, I totally agree with you. You know, and it's just that the everything's all been turned for them, and let's hope it comes back and bite them, and the Sharks are out again. And I just let them.
You know, the strange thing is, Jimmy, see when you look at the fixtures, we won at Aberdeen, we could go there and we could actually, near enough, the league could be finished.
I said that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, no, but you'll actually look at if we go on another run, when we've went on the snow, the league could be done, and all they could be spitting feathers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Of course, mate, I agree with you.
You know? But listen, we can debate it upside down, inside out. I think we can all see through it, Linda.
Okay, it's all driven by sort of one particular club's agenda. And obviously some of the other clubs do have a vested interest as well. You know, we can't deny that. And I was going to say to Jimmy as well about the trust. There's no trust, obviously, with this board, because I don't know if you heard that Goodwin said that the SPFL actually bent their own rules to allow St Mirren to bring back youth players that were on loan to other clubs to enable that game to go ahead last night.
Right.
So that just says it all to me, GFK. No trust whatsoever.
Well, you know something, you must read my mind. I was actually speaking to Southside during the week, and a friend of ours has got a relative who plays for St Mirren, and she was told that they're bending their backwards to get the St Mirren game played and cancel the Rangers game. That's what they wanted to do, Linda. They wanted to make sure the St Mirren game was put on no matter what, and that the Rangers game on Sunday against St Mirren, the same team, was postponed, and their games would still be on. And I spoke to Southside on Monday about that. And there you are. So what you're saying is 100% correct, Linda. That was probably the thing that happened. I got that from another source as early as Monday afternoon.
By the way, I actually took the time to watch Sports Scene. I don't know why I watched it today, but I took the time to watch it, and I just happened to catch the Aberdeen manager getting interviewed, and I've got to say, Bridgeman, I was surprised. He can't see how fans are allowed in on Wednesday, but they're banned on Sunday. Where's the logic? I just can't get my head around it.
100%. That's a problem. Nobody can get their head around it other than the people who proposed it, and their followers are just like sheep. They're just following Celtic. Whatever Celtic say in this wee country of ours, a lot of clubs will just follow it because Celtic generate money for them. You know, it's the same as the papers. Celtic generate money for them, so they've got a bit of control. Celtic have has. But seriously, I've not been funny. The whole thing just stinks, as everybody said. It just stinks. If you think about it, they were going to try and use their influence to get, based on what Jimmy's saying, to get the Rangers game postponed in Boxing Day. What is that about? Why would anybody want to do that? Other than for ulterior motives, of course.
Yeah.
You know, and the ulterior motives is let's sink Rangers, and that's all of this. Seriously, guys, I'm not being funny. All of this that takes me back 12 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was, and when they voted us out of the league, all of the teams just voting, all the SPFL top SPL at that time. Top teams, SPFL it was, and they just voted Rangers out. And you know, within I remember Ian saying it in Rangers chat. It took them 9 months, and they came up with a plan to get Rangers back in to an area where they can get Rangers money, which is they created the SPFL as it stands at the moment.
So that's because the Sky deal, because Sky were more interested in the bottom league and the third bottom league than they were in the top league.
Rangers were refinancing the whole of the bottom leagues. Everybody. Now, all this money was travelling all over the country, except to SPFL grounds. They were getting nothing, and none of the blue pound at all, which was great.
But Oxdear, just another thing, just to jump in quickly here. Jason Leach actually came out the day and said, when asked by a journalist, what's the science behind restricting the numbers at football matches, they said there was no science to it. He says it just seems like a bit of common sense. So there's literally no science behind it. So
you're telling me you can go to the dancing? You might not remember that, as me and Linda will obviously remember it. Maybe right? You can go to the dancing on Christmas Eve, right? Right, and that takes you into Christmas Day. Time you get home, maybe 36 hours later, you're going to the football and you're not allowed. Where's the rationale?
There is none. Jason Leach admitted it when asked by a journalist. He said there was absolutely no science behind it, Ox. He said it was just seemed like common sense. What an answer for health, man. The guy who runs health policy as far as the virus goes in this country. Crazy.
I don't want to go into politics because I know you're only very clever, but maybe one thing might come in here. Maybe the rest of the nation might waken up, Linda.
Yes, they might waken up at last, but I don't know, Ox. It seems that even that's a bit of a stretch in terms of being able to see things for what they really are. But you never know. Wonders will never cease.
Do you know? Can I come in a wee minute, Oxford? Do you know what gets me? And this SPFL committee, you know, how is that impartial? Take Doncaster out the equation, but how can the guy McClellan, who has got links to them, be allowed to become the chairman of the SPFL committee? It should be a person from a club, one of each, not another one, because it runs every year.
Are you saying that Doncaster hasn't got links to them?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about you've got Doncaster there anyway, Oxford. I'm not saying Doncaster, mate. Take him out of the equation to decide the new. But what I'm saying is they've also got McClellan in there, right? We know what Doncaster's all about. We always have and we always will. But why is McClellan allowed to become an honorary or whatever it is, the chairman of the SPFL, when surely that should be given to another club? Because the SPFL stated down in their mandate that every season you cannot have a Rangers director and a Celtic director on the committee to take turns. So why is there somebody with a Celtic connection allowed to be the chairman? It stinks to the high heavens, mate.
But maybe once they actually look at the Cinch deal, they look at all the other things they've got, they look at how what they're going to cost them money here. If we win the league, we will send with even more money, and then they might wake up and say, "Where is this actually getting us?" When I looked last night at St Mirren, today when I looked at it, where were all the St Mirren supporters? Where were all the Hibs supporters at Easter Road? If you looked at that, it was empty. Yeah. They're killing Scottish football, killing it. Hibs and Aberdeen. Big game, traditionally one of the bigger games in the Scottish calendar, whether we like it or no, that's true. And where were our Hibs fans last night? But you know,
and by the way, with their new manager, manager,
where were they?
Exactly, mate. You're 100%.
Right, okay, right. I know you're going to go, JFK, so we're going to get you just if you just bide your time. Your Secret Santa is there. I think Fox is trying to sort it out for you.
Good on.
Right,
guys, just before I go then, I'd just like to wish every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and all your family. It's been an up and down year for us all, especially for myself and some of my close, but we'll get through it. Looking forward to a few Christmas festivities. The drinking's not started yet. That will start tomorrow. A couple of friends coming over from Belfast, so hope to tie up with them over the weekend. So just looking forward to Sunday. I got my code today for Rangers, so we'll watch it on Rangers TV, wherever, whether it's here or whether we go to a pub somewhere, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, enough of that. So I'd just like to wish yourself, Ox, here, Linda, Jaffa, Rudy, Ox, Fox, Rudy, my friend behind the technicals as well, Terry, and all you guys and gals out there in Rangers Radio. The bridge man, sorry. You're not being told. And my very best friend, the bridge man.
He was the other one that was at the nativity play.
The first one.
He was the original.
Anyway, guys, enough of my rabbiting. As I say, just like to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your loved ones. And I'll speak to you all again.
If you check your phone, you'll see your Secret Santa, JFK.
Secret Santa?
Yes.
Is that a gag to shut me up?
No. Rudy's got that at the moment. There we go.
Oh, lovely stuff. Thanks very much. Do I need to put batteries in it?
No.
Can my wife use it?
I don't know, she might be good.
It's double-sided there. I wonder what that was for. Anyway, guys, I'll let you get on with the show.
No, you need to check your phone.
Check my phone. Right. And I don't have to switch it on because right, check my phone. Are you sending me an email on my phone? Look, I've got a gas meter phone, mate.
All right, okay, well, you need to move into the modern technology. That goes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay. Have a good Christmas.
Right, see you on 2022. Thanks, Linda.
I maybe see you come back to Ibrox on Sunday.
Are you there, aye?
Merry Christmas, Jimmy. I hope you have a great New Year.
Yes, thanks, you too, Rudy. Right,
Merry
guys.
Christmas, Jimmy.
Cheers, Jaffa. Merry Christmas,
Take
Linda.
care, pal.
Bridge man.
Cheers, Jimmy.
All the best.
Right, guys. See you later. Take
Bye.
care.
All the best, pal. All the
Bye.
best.
Right, Jimmy.
He's hopeless. He's got a brick earphone.
I've got one of them, I know, I'm afraid. See on, can I just interject a wee bit? See on
Yes.
that, just following on moderately, because I know you maybe want to change the direction of the conversation.
The tone.
The tone. Just on that same note, Jimmy's talking about the boy McLennan, who's an ex-employee of a media company in Ireland that's part owned by Dermot Desmond. That's the connection. But there's a further connection in there. The legal team in there's a guy called Rod McKenzie.
Yeah, exactly, Jaffa. Yep.
And he's a personal friend of. Listen, we all know where their connections lie. Their tentacles are everywhere. And then there's the connection with Doncaster and all the rest of them. So, and Karen McCluskey. They're all handpicked, Docs. They're all handpicked for the job. And that's our fight. That's our battle. That's a battle Rangers continue to the club continue to strive to fight. And I'm sure Dougie Park knows all that, and the powers that be at Ibrox.
I don't know if you remember, Jaffa McKenzie was described as Celtic's low-level paper gatherer. Remember that? You know, I was going to mention that earlier, so well done for bringing that up, Jaffa. You're completely correct there, mate.
Right, okay. Well, you're on the throne, Jeff, and no pun intended. I will pass you your secret Santa. Yeah.
Oh, your beauty.
There you go.
Nice. All right. Come on, where is it?
Make sure it fits you first. We'll come back to you, see if it fits you first.
Well, it's a bit tight, Ox, to be fair.
We might get yours and Jimmy's mixed up then.
Is that one of the ones that buttons up a wee bit to the left?
No, I don't know, mate. It'll come through.
Behave yourself,
right.
you.
I suppose we better get these phone lines opened, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, Linda, we need to change the tune, the tone. It's the last show before Christmas. Goodwill to all men, eh? Well, some is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been a spectacular year, full of ups and downs as usual, supporting our team, but particular high was March.
Okay, absolutely. All we wanted was number 55, didn't we? We just been so long since we'd won the league. And I know we were a wee bit disappointed with the Cup socks, but it's all about winning the league, and they gave us some fantastic memories. A few games in there that we'll never forget. Some very, very nice Old Firm victories as well, and all these records that we broke, points, totals, clean sheets, you know, the number of goals that we didn't concede, etc., etc. It was a really, really wonderful season, and as I say, all long living the memories, absolutely.
I think Jaffa's managed to try it on now. How's it doing, Jaffa?
It's I'll tell you, that's a belter. That's so true. I've never seen balls like that in my life.
Can you describe your secret Santa?
Certainly not on you, anyway.
Sorry for the hilarity. This is brilliant. So it's it's an absolute stoter. I can't wait to get that on, Ox. That's a beauty. Thanks very much.
Can you describe it?
It's a festive jumper. It's of the festive nature, and it's got a number of beautiful Christmas baubles on it, all hanging down from the kind of the Christmas tree area, saying "Well hung."
And a compliment.
I'm going to wear that for the next couple of weeks.
You'll be wearing that on the beach in Benidorm.
Oh, your beauty, aye. Sweltered at 38 degrees.
Anyway, he's not with us yet. Well, you enjoy that, mate. I'm sure you got a lot of pleasure.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much.
I think we've been joined by Big Al. I think Big Al's joined us. Evening, big man.
Good evening, man. It's great to be on with such an esteemed panel tonight.
Evening, Al.
How you doing?
Aye, Rudy, you've made me a wee bit sad, Rudy.
How's that, mate?
I didn't know you were a grandfather. I see you as a kind of Daniel Craig type. Ayrshire Daniel Craig.
I've got the salt and pepper stuff at the side of the head, Al. You know what I mean? So
I've got that as well, man. You sound too young to be a grandfather. You must have started young.
I did, mate. Believe me, I did.
Good on you. It's good to hear things like that. I hope your family's well, mate. Linda,
here's to Al.
how are you?
I'm fine, Al. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, Linda. I'm great. Every time I hear your dulcet tones, you know what it's like. I get all excited.
What's the weather like at your bit?
Red hot.
Red
I can say red hot, man. I had a wee shower yesterday. It was like having a shower. I know it's nice. It's nice. A bit clammy, but it's nice. So I'd just like to wish you a Merry Christmas, Linda. I hope you get everything you pardon me, I hope you get everything you want and more.
Oh, thank you. I'm hopeful that I will.
You're hopeful, I'm sure you will.
Big Al, can I say something to you, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, listen, we've been doing this for a long time, and one of the highlights of the Rangers radio career was bumping into your good self that particular afternoon. It was fantastic, mate. It was emotional, but fantastic. And you're an integral part of what we do. You always please me, come on, you've got a different point of view. You stay in your corner, and you always have a good laugh, and I think you get what we're all about, yeah?
Yes, thank you. Are you sacking me?
No. I'm trying to promote you. There's two people's coats are on shaky nails.
Where would that be?
Just on shaky ones, yeah.
Usually a wonderful job, man. It's just a pity I can't be there to see you a bit more often. I'd like to catch up with. He's actually, I had a wee tear in my eye the other night there, actually, because one of my daughters done a thing on the tablet, and she sent me you do like the collage thing, and she sent me, I was down in Sydney, I've been down there working, as you know, and down there all week, and she sent me a collage, just of different things, and the picture that was on it was me, Bridgeman, Big Stevie's son, is it Skipper, and there was the other boy there, that day, actually, that day.
I bet that brained your day up when you saw that, pal, with me in it.
Aye, it did, because it brought back a lot of memories for that period in time, like, aye, you look quite dapper, Bridge. You look quite, shoulders on you, sir, eh? Like an ox of a man.
An ox? Oh, sorry, that's all right then.
I hope we didn't disappoint, Al. I hope we didn't disappoint.
No. But I did say to you after that. I think they said no to meet your heroes, but I'm glad I met you. I'm really glad I met you. It was good meeting Stevie that day, right enough. He jumped to his band. I just seen the drum.
I don't think he jumped to his band. I think he was running away in case it was somebody that was after him.
He came across. And it was great to see you guys, and hopefully it'll not be too long before I'm back anyway. Catch up with you. Although we'll probably not be meeting on the ground over the next 3 or 4 weeks, will we? This is just a farce, a total farce now. What's happening? I seen that thing you were speaking about Jim Goodwin coming out, so they bent their own rules. I don't know where you go with this. Is there a governing body to govern the governing body? Because I don't know. They seem to make up as well. But the courts will. Can you go to the Court of Sport and Arbitration or something, or UEFA? But they're at UEFA and that as well, aren't they? Look, I don't think it makes much difference to us. We always say it. See, if we just keep winning the league, they can try and do what they like to us, but that's the most important thing. The cups are gravy, Europe's gravy. Just keep winning that league, Rangers, and I think we're in a very, very good position. This new manager, I like. I'm not going to be a fanboy of him. I liked him as a player, but I think he's got some slight tweaks he's made. He's put players into positions, especially with Big Bass. He looks like he's going to be a very competent centre half going on for here. I think he can only get better. Kent hugging the wings. We need to find that maybe a right winger. I'd like to see Wright getting a chance. I'd like to see the coaches at the club coach him and make him a better player, because I just like the cut of his jib. The centre forward playing as a centre forward in the box, that might be the influence in Mackay. Maybe one or two other players come in the transfer window. I think we're in a very, very good position, and that's maybe reflects the decisions that the SPFL or the Scottish football like to make against other teams, that they are running scared. And I hope they're running scared. I hope they are running scared.
Yeah. Right, before we go to the break, I think we'll do Rudy. We'll do your Secret Santa, if that's all right with you, mate.
Aye, fire on, mate. I always
all
like
right.
a wee present, Ox.
Yep.
Fantastic, Ox.
Right, we need to get the old paper open, right? Right, should be on its way to you. Well, maybe you can tell us what you think. Maybe after a tune, Rudy, you can give time to digest. There's a quote.
Right, okay, mate.
Time to digest. Right, okay. Bridgeman, and I don't mean to be flippant when I say this, you're the senior service on here. This year's been emotional, a roller coaster. We lost our manager, mate. Yeah, we never seen that coming, but we've moved on quickly.
Yeah, indeed. I have to say, maybe I'm a lone voice now. I'm really sorry that Stephen Gerrard moved on. I thought he was a fine manager for us, and he was doing well for us. We had 2 seasons to build up, win the league, and I thought we could have went on this season and won it anyway. But I'm pleased the person that's come in is Van Bronckhorst. I think he's just fantastic, top-class, world-class player, in my opinion, and a cracking manager. So let's hope we can build him up, let him build the club up and the squad, and let's go out here and win the league this season. Come on, Rangers, come on.
Yep, I think we've been joined by Jordan. Evening, Jordan.
Hi, panel. How you doing?
Hi, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Good.
Hi, Jordan.
Good. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Right, Jordan. Is that it?
No. I didn't phone last night. Well, I was actually listening to the show last night, and then I actually kind of cut it off because then I heard because Allman phoned us and I heard obviously they dropped points in Paisley. So I think the way this is going now, there's no excuses now. We should just go in and get this league wrapped up as soon as possible now, because it's within our own hands, and I think the lads know it now. At the end of the day, I'm no like as long as we do the business against them, whenever this rearranged game is, and then just focus on ourselves, going right up to May, and then I'm more than confident we'll win it, to be honest, guys. But after I was disappointed, them winning that cup on Sunday, because I knew that was another chance, another trophy we gave them, and we shouldn't have. But made my night up last night and they dropped points again. So, rather happy again, to be honest.
I'm disappointed about the cups, always, Jordan, always. We want to win them, but I think it's no our priority. As when you play the game, every game's a priority, but in the whole scheme of things, getting 55, 56, and maybe where that will take us, we don't know. Getting in that Champions League to get revenue to help the club and attract players and sponsors and everything, Jaffa, that's the big thing, isn't it?
Oh, totally, Ox. That's where that's the priority. Is Big Al, and we all. I think and I'm sure Jordan agrees. It's good to win the cups. I get what you're saying, Jordan. I was I was trying my best to avoid some of the press stuff on Sunday because I obviously can't hack watching them. It really does give me the dry bulk. But getting the 56 is our priority, because next year that money, that 30 million, 35 million, will really stabilise our club and really push us on forward. And that could be the biggest. That could be the biggest swing in the seesaw next year, because bearing in mind everything we take from them, we get stronger, they get weaker, and you can already see that's happening this year. And I think as far as more pressing matters goes, Jordan, I think they've got a bigger weekend game against St Johnstone, and hopefully the way they're playing, I'll tell you, they've been scraping. That result last night was coming. Long may it continue. Long may it continue, pal, and they lose more and more ground. It'd be great to get into the now pulled forward winter break if there were 9 points behind us. That would be even better.
Well, it shows you when they take a couple of players like Kyogo and that draw out the team, they're trying to bang average, I've got to say.
I just wanted to remind you that this is Rangers Radio.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I do like.
Bridges had a verbal warning for that, so it's Rangers Radio.
I think that jumper's gone to my Docs.
Yeah, maybe you've got it upside down then.
Comedy classics.
Sometimes, Al. No often, but sometimes.
Yeah, most of the time, man. I chortle.
Sometimes. We try it.
The Peter Kay of Rangers Radio, isn't he?
He's very quick. I'll give him that. He's very quick.
You're not the first person to say that to me, Jaffa, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, there we go again. We're on a roll, man. This is an actual set. I know a good story about Jordan. You know Jordan, page 3 woman? Did you hear it?
No.
I met her when I was in Kosovo.
Right.
And she'd done, have you got time? I'll make it quick.
Go on then.
And she'd done the Christmas night out for the British Army. They brought her in. Jeremy Beadle was the host, and I think it was Boyzone, but they weren't kind of famous at the time. And they done a blind date, like a Cilla Black blind date thing, and everybody in the camp put their names in. 3 boys' names got pulled out. I'll give her credit. She was good with it. Like, so she's up on the stage, and the 3 boys are behind the curtain. So they voted to do a party trick. First boy juggled, the other boy did one-handed press-ups. And this boy, Bruni, from Dunfermline, pulled his clothes off, standing there bollock naked, sprayed deodorant all over himself, right? And then set his balls and his chest on fire. I'll give her credit. She picked him, and they went for a meal.
I bet that was a hot date, eh?
Oh! It's like playing tennis with you, man. We're just batting them over. I'll give her credit. She picked him like.
Rudy, you scored with Jordan once, didn't you, Big Joe?
He's still got his teeth next to his fella.
Rudy, before we go to the tune, I think you've got your Secret Santa.
Oh, thank you very much, Shocks. I'm going to enjoy that with some whipped cream, and I might even put a wee bit of malt whiskey in the whipped cream. But yeah, thank you to Rangers Radio and yourself for a massive big slice of humble pie. Thank you.
Hey, you better watch. Big Steve will be doing at your door.
Thank you.
Right, get yourself some mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. successful team in football. Well, Scotland's gallant few. Well, times they have been hard. Well, follow near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands at Ibrox Park. Whoa, whoa,
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
You enjoy that, Bridge?
Absolutely brilliant. My wife came down a holiday and told me shut up. I'm singing it. You're wearing them. Shut up. You're beating the neighbour up. Excuse me. That's what I'm like. Is everybody happy? Tell me the truth. He's all happy.
Yes.
I'm delighted, Bridgeman, yeah.
Yes, very happy,
I'm
Bridge.
really happy. I'm so happy
Yep.
about it all. That result last night, much as a few other callers have said, that was something else. That was totally unexpected by themselves as well. Who went there? They never expected to lose. That was 3 points in the bag for them, and unfortunately for them, they didn't get it. So I'm very happy. Very happy.
I just want to remind you, I'm just going to say this one more time for the last time, and I think people might support me. This is Rangers Radio.
Agreed. That's
Thank
why
you.
we're happy. That's why we're happy.
Thank you. Right, okay. Jordan, last point, mate.
I just repeating back what I said. I'm delighted. Into the Boxing Day, 6 points clear. Could be maybe 9. We don't know. Hopefully, but regardless, as I say, we are the people. Gio's leading the way for us, and I'm more than confident that we're going to win 56 this season. It's coming, boys. It's coming.
Here, Jordan.
And girls, Jordan, and girls.
And girls, yes, and girls.
Yes. Listen, Jordan, you have a very Merry Christmas and all the best to you and your family for 2022.
All the guys, all the best to you as well. No surrender. We are the people.
Cheers, Jordan.
Cheers, guys. All the
Thanks,
best.
Jordan.
See you, Jordan.
Cheers,
Merry
mate.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, pal.
Merry Christmas.
I think we'll be
Bye-bye.
joined by Kenny. Evening, Kenny.
Good evening, Ox, Bridgeman, Linda, and all the rest of you guys. I'm feeling getting the lines down here, innit? Getting the lines down here, innit, you know? So to start, after that decision yesterday, it's one club in Scotland I'm really looking at. It's Hearts of Midlothian, you know? They were a club that was relegated through, you know, what happened last year. Why did they not vote the Rangers in that yesterday? Try to beat all that vote. I'm really disappointed in Hearts. And I'm going to say one thing. I'm always trying to be controversial, but no too controversial. All the young Rangers fans that go to the away games, don't go to them. Starve them out of the game. Starve every one of the clubs out this game. I'm pissed off now what's happening to their club. They don't. But I'm standing right there. Where is the big enemy? Where does Rangers Football Club come out here and start fighting here? I've had enough of this bullshit. The rest of Scottish football. They need to start the rest of the night. They need us more than we need them.
I think we all agree with that, mate. And I'll let Rudy Bear take this one, and then Jaffa, because we've debated this earlier on the show. It's difficult for the young Bears. We're a certain vintage. We all went, so we're asking them to do something we never done.
I agree with you.
Excuse me,
The thing is, Kenny, I totally agree with what you're saying. But then Ox makes the point that, you know, in our younger day, we did all the travelling away to Pittodrie and Tynecastle and Easter Road and everywhere and had a great day out following the team. And I had a great time doing all that, you know. So I agree with your sentiment, Kenny, about the Blue Pound. But you're then asking guys in their 20s, you know, in their 30s and lassies in their 20s and 30s, no to follow the team that they love, no to go to these away grounds, no to give them the Blue Pound, starve them out of the game, make them pay for the corrupt decisions that they make. That's the problem, Kenny. You're asking, haven't you asked these? And they won't do it because they don't want to. They love following the team. They love having a away day out with their pals on the buses or even just getting on a train and heading to Edinburgh or whatever the case might be. And therein lies the problem, Kenny. The Rangers, the players, follow their team.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I've done it myself, a young boy, football special, supporter club and all the rest of it. But that was different times. The bitterness towards our club, and it's absolutely terrible. The hatred they've got for us, I mean, even Hearts, Crikey and Budge Hearts, look what happened to them last year. They couldn't even go with us on that boat. I mean, I always thought Hearts maybe a wee ally. I love stopping them incidentally, you know what I mean? You've got no allies in Scottish football, and the sooner the better. My dream is before I die, 6,000 at top, and Rangers out of Scottish football. I said to my daughter yesterday, that's my dream, because in this country, the political way it goes and everything else, everything's against us in this country. It's absolutely rubbish, you know what I mean? And I would appeal to any young Rangers fans. I met Mark Catley, see the time Charles Green took over Rangers, right? I was up at Carrying Galleries just this time. I happened to bump into Mark Catley, and Andy's daughter. And we were talking for around about 10 minutes. He took time out to talk to me. And the question I said to him at the time was, what do you think of Charles Green? He was in charge of the club at the time, whatever, right? Mark Catley told me, I think he's a good guy and all the rest of it. I told him to Mark Catley, no, there's something about the guy. I thought he was a spit. I was proved right. I says, I've always followed Rangers all my life. I will never, ever get back to an away game as long as I live. And I followed Rangers everywhere, abroad, all over Scotland, England. Wherever Rangers went, I went. And I stand by that judgment. First time I went to Beacon City in that stupid cup 8 years ago, and that was only for sentimental reasons. I will never give any Scottish club my money again. They're still doing the same stuff to us they done years ago. And it's time, I know it's hard for the young Rangers fans, don't give them the money. Starve the kids out of Scotland. Starve them out. Because you know what? Rangers will always find a way into some other league. We're too big a club. Now, I've had enough of this crap.
Jaffa?
I think, Kenny, and I'm not saying this is but I'm throwing something out there as an alternative way to go about things and how you can sometimes navigate your way through certain situations. And rather than, because you're not, with the greatest of respect to all of the young guys and not just young guys, but all the people, the Rangers fans that follow our team home and away. And there's a few prominent guys on this show. Big Stevie and Southside are I know that. Absolute. They go to every game away. We know them. They're the lifeblood. These kind of guys are the lifeblood of our Rangers support, just like we are at home as well. But these guys go home and away. And as we all say, we've all done it, Kenny. We've all been away. We've all been the young team at one time or another. Rather than advocate, let's starve the blue pound out of them. There's another way you can go about things. And I know you're saying we've not got any allies, but we've been away for a long time. And listen, Kenny, the way that they're trying to treat us is not really working, is it? Because we won the league last year and we won it at a canter. We were the best team in the league, and we're winning the league again this year. We're still the strongest team in the league. We've got the best pool of players. Just look at the amount of internationals that we have in our club. Look at the manager we've just attracted. So I think there's an alternative way to go about it. And my opinion would be to try and make some more allies, whether it be young guys, young people that are Rangers supporters that live in up at Ross County, young Rangers supporters that live in Dundee that want to go and they can't get to Ibrox. And sometimes the only game that they're going to get to see is to go with their dad to Dens Park to see them. I mean, we've got a support that doesn't just cover the Isles of the country that we all live in the United Kingdom. Look at Big Al; he's on the other side of the world. There's Rangers supporters clubs everywhere. We're a global club, but we don't just see. We can't just look at what's happening on our own shores here. Try and see it a bit wider. And if we see it a bit wider, and as a club see the size of our club, I think we can make more allies and kill them with love. Kenny, kill them with love. Just say we don't care what your state is. You're not going to beat us. You're not going to turn us over. We'll still be here, as you quite rightly say in your words. We're Glasgow Rangers. We'll always be there. We will always be there. And I think sometimes we sometimes as fans as well, in particular living in Glasgow, because all the media is here in Glasgow, and we know that they've got the strength in the media. We understand that. We all know that. They've got their placement everywhere. But rather laugh at them, rather than get angry with them, laugh at them, because they're not doing us any harm, are they?
I just feel that, you know, it goes on and on and on. I totally take where you're coming from, incidentally. You know, we've got NAS, everywhere in the world, we know that, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm based in Glasgow. Most of these guys are Glasgow-based, west of Scotland, whatever, right? And it goes on and on and on. You can jump into 22, 23, 24, 25, and it will still be the same narrative, you know what I mean, towards this club. So where do we actually win this? I don't see any winning for us in the near future, regardless. I am sick of the whole situation. It's every time. And for a team like Hearts, after everything they went through the last year and budging all the rest of it, not to come out and back Rangers and that one just tells me everything we need to know. You know, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep on this one. Advise every young Rangers fan to boycott other grounds. I've done it for years, you know what I mean? And I'll never go back to any other grounds. I wouldn't give them the blue pound, you know what I mean? No way. It goes on and on and on. But I take into account what you're saying. Fans all over Scotland can't get it, can't afford it, whatever. But there's got to be something. You've got to be a bit harder here. And I'm really peeved with the way this club's been treated to accommodate one club for the East End of Glasgow.
Anyway, listen, Kenny, thanks for your call. I think we're going to move the show tonight because of what's coming up in the Festive. All the best to you and your family, mate.
But anyway, before I go, I watched their game last night, incidentally.
Kenny, this is
and by the way, they were absolute garbage.
Right.
Excuse me,
and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, mate, when it comes.
Yes, to all. Love all you guys. Speak to you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
See you, Kenny.
We've been joined by Port Bear.
Excuse me, Ox. I'm just going to go. You all have a Merry Christmas and another year of a wonderful show. Okay, take care, guys.
Cheers, Big Al.
Cheers, Al.
Merry Christmas, Al.
Take care. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, Al.
All the best, big man.
We've been joined by Port Bear. Evening, Port Bear.
How we doing, troops? Just passing.
Hey,
All right, Port.
Everybody well?
How you doing, Port?
That's a good question.
I was giving.
But I think you're just going to open your Secret Santa, Port Bear.
I'm just passing. I just came through their office here. They're in there steaming at Terry and Fox. In there steaming. So Santa's grotto in there, mate. Steaming the two of them.
Are they on the hooch, Port?
Aye, they're on something, mate. They're on something, Java.
What's on your mind, Port Bear?
No, just to come in tonight, mate. Busy man, so come in tonight to wish you all a Merry Christmas. All listeners, it's been a fantastic, year. Winning 55. Another year on Rangers Radio for me. It's been absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Just like to wish all the listeners and yourself, mate, a Merry Christmas before I have to shoot off. Keep the wheels in.
You're going to open that gift?
Aye, I'll open it, mate, aye. Jeez, how do I describe that socks there? It's a gravy jug, that's what I'm going to say.
That's a gravy jug for your steak.
It's a gravy jug. And what's it shaped like?
It seems to have a appendage attached to it.
Oh my!
I'm trying to keep it clean. Oh, thanks very much, mate.
I'm sure
that must have took you a lot of time. Aye, I'll need to hide that one on Christmas Day for the rains. Definitely. Oh, thanks very much, guys. All right.
See what Daddy got.
All the best to you, Port Bear, yeah?
Aye. All right, mate. You take it easy, all right?
Have a good Christmas, Port Bear.
The best.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers,
Peter.
Troops.
All the best,
See
Steve.
you later on.
Christmas and Nerdy.
Thanks very much, Troops. All right, cheers.
Something they can enjoy, Rudy.
Aye, he likes a bit of Bristol with his lovely steak, doesn't he? You know, the Bristol kid, you know. Did you get Bristol printed on the side of your ox for him, did you?
I think it was modelled on him. We could only fit OXO on it.
It's small letters.
Naughty.
If you know what I mean, Rudy.
Aye, I get it.
Linda's getting worried, didn't you, Linda?
Oh, I'm absolutely sitting here.
Oh,
dreading
Linda.
this.
You know, Linda, I can't wait for your secret, Santa. I really can't.
Oh, Rudy. Oh, the mind boggles, Rudy.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh dear. Right, good to hear from Port Bear. Good to hear from you.
Aye, definitely.
And, I was
I mean,
working
can I just say, I've been phoning in the show since right away at the very beginning when the show first started all the years ago, you know, when it was in its former, you know, incantation of what it was. In the last few years, you've really, it's not just the guys in the show like yourselves, you know, that sort of do all the background stuff and everything that goes on to keep the show running. But the new presenters that you've added to the show, the likes of Jaffa, the likes of Linda, Jimmy, you know, JFK, you know, Mark, you know, Port Bear, it's took the show to another level, you know, and some of the callers, you know, guys like Spanish Billy, Big Al for Australia, you know, even, you know, guys like Denver Bear for Colorado, James for Tennessee. These guys make the show, and the show's just went, since I started listening right away at the very beginning and phoning in right away at the very beginning, the show's just went from strength to strength, Hawks. It really has, you know, it's quality presenters, quality callers, you know, like, you know, Old Bear and old Davey and all that come
all right, Rudy, I forgive you.
Right, thank you. Thanks, Hawks.
Listen, mate, it's a team effort.
It is, I know.
Fox and Terrier, the guys, the most two important guys in their show, they make the whole thing work.
Yeah.
Fox is a driving force behind Rangers Radio. The rest is only work because of Fox.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a team effort, you know.
Aye.
And everybody's a part of it. Some wheels are slightly bigger than others, but everybody's a cog in the wheel, mate, yeah?
Definitely, yeah. And a quality cog in the wheel like that.
You know, I think we've been joined by Alex Kelly. Evening, Alex. I think. No, he's not quite with us yet. He must be trying to have a drink with Fox and Fox is like that bad Santa. By the way, I can hear the anger in people. I get it, Jaffa. I get it. I really do get it. You know, I think the club are in a very difficult position, and I don't know what way to turn, because I don't know if it's that easy just to tell young kids not to go to the game. All kids, Southside and Alex Wishaw and Big Stevie, myself, when I can at their wee games. You know, it's a real tightrope we're on, Jaffa. He's doing a bridge, man.
I think he's there.
Linda?
It is quite emotive, isn't it? And in terms of the club, I know I'm not sure what they would come out and say. And also what Kenny said about us not playing in this league. Sometimes we talk about that as a family, Ox, and we say that we wish we didn't play in Scotland because of everything. You know, it seems to be against us. You know, the media, just generally, we don't get the support, the SPFL. But unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you look at it, we do play in Scotland. And the most important thing that we can do is actually play football and play good football and win things. And that's the kind of a big sort of a reply that we've got. And obviously we've done that last year, and that's why it's so important that we just push on now and do all our talking on the park. But I do understand Kenny's frustrations, because we had a similar conversation, as I say, as a family, and some of the stuff we're absolutely fed up with, and it's tiresome. But the shining light for us just now, and hopefully it continues, is our football team, Ox, and our club in the position that we're in.
He's here, Linda.
Aye. And I get it, though. Maybe, I think it was, I don't know who said it last night, or maybe tonight, we might have lost a small war, because that's what it is, let's be honest, it's a small war. It's about integrity, sporting integrity, moral integrity, and economic integrity, Rudy.
Yeah, 100%, Ox, and we've always stood by that, not just in the show, but the club has, the fans do, for week to week, everything that we've had to go through. If you go back, Bridgman touched on it maybe about an hour ago, you go back to 10 years ago, 11 years ago, what happened is, how we all felt at the time, how gutted we were, but there was a queue. I was there with my big mate who was going to renew his season ticket, and there was a queue miles long actually, round about Ibrox, Bears there to support the club, and it's our need and to support the team. There was Bears there renewing their season tickets, and there are thousands and thousands, and I was full of, I was choked up that day trying to talk. Me and my big mates standing there together trying to talk to each other, and we were looking at the bricks. We'd got to see his dad's brick and all that kind of thing. My dad's got a brick there now as well. We went to see that just a couple of months back, and it's about moral integrity. It's about sporting integrity, and we paid the price, and we came back bigger, better, stronger. The support never left. I heard presenters on so-called sports shows and so-called pundits saying how the Rangers fans would just go and support another club. That never happened. I don't know why they even thought that would happen, or did they just say it for effect? I don't really know. But you're right, Ox, we're a bastion of something special in this country. And Linda's completely right. You do at times, you feel like you're hitting your head off a brick wall. You get fed up with it. You get fed up with the negative press. You get fed up with the negative attitude towards us, towards our club. But that won't ever stop us. They've tried everything that they can, Ox. We're still here, and we will always still be here.
And we've been joined by the man who's going to sing the Christmas number 1 to us. Evening,
Good evening, Ox.
Go on yourself, Alex. Go on yourself, pal.
Hi, Alex. Hi, mate.
How we doing, people?
Evening, Alex.
Hi, Linda. Been a great show. Just to carry on for the previous callers, want to thank you guys for everything that you've done over the course of the year. Just for the 2 hours a night, it affects everybody different, all these protocols and everything we're going to follow. But for the 2 hours a night, we can take our mind off of our own personal situations and just enjoy talking about our team. So thanks everybody for involved.
Just to let you know, JFK's Secret Santa was a new Blue Mankini and a My Jers membership.
Give me the My Jers membership back.
Listen, I think it's time. We've got some more callers lined up. And Alex, stay with your mate. You're part of your show as well. Listen, Linda, it's time for you to open your Secret Santa.
Ooh. Wow. This is very, very nice. It's something I shall definitely be wearing on Christmas Day. Yes, I really love it, Ox. Thank you so much. Do you want me to read out what's on the funnel?
That's up to you, Linda.
We're all in suspense here.
Well, it's a picture of a snowman or a snow lady, and it says, "I'm sexy and I snow it."
Snow surrender.
That'll do nicely, Ox, and I think you've actually been quite kind to me. So yes, I'm absolutely delighted with that. Thank you, everybody at Rangers Radio. Thank you.
You're welcome, Linda.
Listen,
Linda.
Alex
Yes.
Kelly, just want to thank you for your kind words and say you're an integral part of your show. The callers make the show, mate.
Listen, I've enjoyed every minute of it. Coming across guys like Andy for Leeds and Spanish Billy, and
there's always a downside, isn't
there? But I've built up good friendship with you guys, as I have with yourself and Big Stevie and that, and I enjoy the show. But I was just want to ask, Linda, how do you know the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman?
Snowballs.
Snowballs. Snowballs.
No. Listen,
Kelly.
What sort of Christmas crackers do you buy, Alex?
Liddles.
I can see Big Alfie Australia chuckling at that.
Yes, I'm sure he will.
Right, we might as well get the last one out the way. Are you ready there, Bridge, to open yours before we have to bring all these callers in rapidly?
I'm indeed, pal.
Yeah. Okay. Right, okay. Your Secret Santa, you got it?
Uh-huh.
Right, let's let you open it.
Very apt, yes. And a new mute button. The Celtic book and a new mute button. Fantastic. Well done. Much obliged to everybody. Merry Christmas.
That Celtic book must have there's coffee table.
Oh dear, right, okay. Look, it's been a fantastic year for us, isn't it, Rudy? We've got rid of our manager, it's been seamless, you know?
Yeah. I kind of, when Stephen Gerrard went, I was absolutely gutted, Ox, and I thought I couldn't. I didn't for a couple of days think, no, this is not going to happen. You know, when the Aston Villa rumours, I didn't think anything would happen with the Newcastle show, but then when the Aston Villa thing came around, for a couple of days I thought, I was talking to my nephew and my son-in-law and stuff, and we were saying, this is not going to happen. There's too much to be played for, you know, there's European stuff to be played for, there's a league title to be won, it will take us into the Champions League next
season. I'll tell you a
season.
wee story, Dave, Rudy.
Aye.
We were told that they cleaned out their lockers 2 days before it was announced.
Is that right? Right, there you go then. So I'll
cut across you because we've been joined by Old Davy.
Okay.
Evening, Old Davy.
Good evening, everybody, and the lovely Linda. Not heard you for a wee while. Lovely to hear your voice.
Evening, Davy.
Evening, David.
Yeah, it's been a marvellous show. But regarding one thing, I'd like to just say, I know it's been controversial about boycotting this and boycotting that, but honestly, I don't think that's going to solve anything, because you're depriving the youngins on a game. Okay, you get angry, let's get at them. To me, that's not the answer. I'd go with what Stevie says, is don't buy their pies. You know,
that would cost Stevie more money than no buying their ticket.
I bet you can always take his. Oh, you should just take his in. You know, you got a good one out of Morrison's doing nice ones, but that's not the answer. The answer is
better Waitrose, man. Stevie is.
You have got to go for the jugular. You got to do it commercially. Taking the fans out of the equation, I don't think that's the answer.
Okay.
Don't think so.
All right, we've also been joined by Bob Jar. Evening, Bob Jar.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
Good, mate.
Good. That was a good result last night.
It's
Hiya, folks. Everybody all right? That was a good result for us last night, and it's up to us now just to go ahead here on Sunday, on Boxing Day, and press home our advantage. Keep it up, them.
Okay, if there's such a thing in football as karma, Bob, that was certainly it last night, wasn't it? Because I think we were all feeling quite sort of frustrated and angry about what was going on during the day, and when that result came through, I can only speak for myself and my family, but it really cheered us up, and it was a perfect ending. It was a terrible day, but it had quite a good ending. That's all I can say.
You want cheered up, Linda? We've had the recorded version. We've had a couple of versions here. Now we're going to get the live version from Alex Kelly. Everybody, please go on mute, and the floor is Alex Kelly's.
Oh, you know how to put me in the spot. Right, feel free to join in then, Bridgeman. You should know this by now.
I'm with you, pal. I'm with you.
Right, we've got Oxter, Bridgeman, JFK. Oh, God, I forgot it.
Linda, you double.
Oh, I've got stage fright. Oh, no, man. Oh,
You're on the sherry, Alex. Is that what it is?
Just play the tune.
Anyway,
Just play the tune.
Anyway, we've been joined by Andy Feelings. Evening, Andrew.
Hi, Andy, I love that, by the way. I love it. Well done.
Right, I'm away.
Good evening, guys. Linda and everybody else that's on the show, right enough. I kind of get you. I stayed out last night because, as you know, I've had a couple of warnings of yellows off you, so I thought I'd just listen last night. I go with Kenny and all that.
I think your record's clear at the moment, Andy.
All right, was that all right? Can I go then?
Aye.
No, like, I think we all know what's going on there, right enough. I mean, I don't think anything will change till the Rangers board and myself as a unit and a fan base like we used to back in the day. I know it's different days till we stand up and get some balls here and just stop getting smacked in the coupon. I mean, there's only so many times you can take that. And I mean, what we got to lose? The way we're being treated, we get nothing to lose. So we might as well come out kicking. I'd like to say it that way. I mean, I know I'm not saying it was right what we got up to back in the day, but we didn't get messed about like this. And they're actually just taking the out of us, aren't they? You know, I mean, it affects your health and all that. It causes problems within my family because I'm ramming with them. So, you know, and it's thousands of Rangers fans feeling the same. You know, we need to start standing up here. It's as simple as that for me. I mean, it's not on. I mean, I know that it's snowflakes at certain parts, and then you can't say this, or you know, people can lose their jobs, can they stand up for themselves. But yeah, come on. I mean, this is blatant, man. Blind Freddie can see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that game gets put off on Saturday. They'll come up with an injury or something like that. On Sunday. It would not surprise me one iota. The fact that they tossed 2 points last night, they're not going. There's a possibility that they could draw again because they're at the bottom. St Johnstone, they're not that bad a team. So if they dropped another couple of points and Rangers went on to win, hell, I was going to get let loose. They've not even started yet. Ashog has been saying for the last year, he was more worried about the refs. He said this is just totally blatant now. You know, I mean, I'm no brain box.
All right, you know? Obviously, we've got a festive coming up, yeah, and we're all.
Stop the festive, right? I'll get into them.
Yeah, are you ready, AK?
Right, okay. I've recollected them.
Get it right this time.
Right, okay.
Right, go.
Right, we've got Oxter, Bridgeman, JFK and Foxy on technicals, old school blue. The Rangers Radio through and through, and they're putting on a show for you. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Don't encourage him, for Christ's sake. Don't encourage him, man. He'll be at this all night now.
Listen, Andy,
up your banger.
Andy, sometimes on here we have to protect people for themselves as a public platform. But some people would just take advantage of it. And one of them is Alex Kelly, right?
Not a problem.
Listen, Andy, I hope you and all your family have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And you've been a great part of Rangers Radio this year, and your emotion shine through when we won 55, mate.
You know, same back to you. I mean, you're sure, as Alex said there, I totally agree with him. Is, you know, a lot of Rangers fans, you know, look forward to this show, and it just takes you out of your normal day of life, what's going on in your own personal life at times. So I can't think, you know, it's the best thing I ever did when I found you. It's been a few years now, so it took me a long time to ring up. Like, I used to just listen all the time. I used to keep saying, I'm going to go on there right enough. And then, I'm glad I have done, because I've come across some great characters. I've got to meet you guys in match, all being well, if Nippy don't stop it. I met Alec and all that, like, and characters through the Zoom calls and all that. So, it's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I met many Rangers fans in my many, many years, as you know, and this bunch that I've come across, you guys and all that, it's a different. You never stop learning as a Rangers fan, and it's an absolute pleasure. That's all I'll say on that.
I think we've been joined by Alex. What's your evening, Alex?
Good evening, Oxford, Bridgeman, Linda, Rudy, Jaffa, everybody else that's here. Hope everybody's keeping well.
Evening, Alex.
Evening.
I'm basically just phoning up to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you very much for getting the opportunity to come on and voice my opinions and that, whether people's accepting or not accepting them. But I just talk for the bottom of my heart about Glasgow Rangers, and always will.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Your love for the club, not just your club football, your family in Scotland as well, mate, in the UK shines through. You're a guy that we think's got great integrity and great intelligence, and your reading of the game is second to none, Alex.
Thank you very much, Alex. I just say it as I see it. What I will say is, I was listening to people and that talking last night, Big Stevie, Southside. I know it breaks their heart and that, what they're saying about no going to away games and all that. And after the other day there, I thought about serious myself, and I had a good talk with my sons and a lot of young guys after the supporters club. And I can tell you one thing now, you'll never convince them not to go to away games. The love they've got for the club, and that's what they're going to do.
Correct. Yeah. I see it. But people can say what they want, but they wouldn't have told us not to go at 20 years of age. What would we have said to them, Alex?
Exactly. They're the lifeblood of the club. I know things is against us every way, and we're trying to work out how to try and defeat this team. But they look at it, they want to go and see that team in royal blue. And that's all they want to do, is love for Rangers Football Club. And they'll take them on and beat them on the park.
All right, we've been joined by Jim P. Paisley. I know he's late on because he's been doing volleyball tonight. Jim, how are we doing?
Bump them. He's bumped them.
I couldn't get him to rise. Oh, yeah, but somebody said there's a pill for that. Never mind that.
I find that hard to swallow, Jim.
Yeah, but never mind that. I had loads of things to say. I just come on late. I was listening to fantastic shows. Yeah, fantastic. I listened to the last hour there. I was working. And never mind that. Never mind what I do. Give it a flying flea what I do. But anyway, fantastic show. You can have Linda, oh shit, all the Bears, whatever they are. Like everybody. I like to wish them all a Merry Christmas when it comes to them. If whatever they do, how they celebrate it, hope they do their best, and I know they will do anyway. I've been cooking all day because I'm working Christmas Eve and going, I'll go in on Christmas morning. The Bears are all coming out, and things will work out for everybody, hopefully.
Thanks very much for a good wish. And I thank you for you coming on the show, mate. You always make us laugh. You're a good dry man, yeah?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
That's straight.
It sounds good.
Listen, we've also been joined by Malky. Evening, Malky.
All right, Ox.
How we doing, mate?
Not bad, aye. I'd just like to thank our panel, everybody to deal with Rangers Radio, for giving me a great time. I've been listening to the show now for a year and a half. And it's helped me through difficult times because I'm in the shielding group sometimes. I haven't been able to go out, you know what I mean? And the show has been brilliant. And I'd just like to congratulate you all and wish you a Merry Christmas.
Same here, Selma. I'll come, mate.
Yeah, same to you, Malky.
Merry Christmas, Malky.
Could I give everybody a shout out for it's on YouTube? I'm not going to mention any names, but all the troops that are on YouTube, they know who I am. But it's been a great show, and a lot of the callers have got really valid points. There's no point in me getting into them more, you know what I mean? Take too long. and I might get a wee bit upset at what's happened in the last few days. But great show. Keep up the great work.
Well said, pal. Well said.
Well said. Cheers, Malky.
Yeah, thank you. I'll let you go to the next caller there. You know what I mean? Grab talking all the crap, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Is he then a bridge man, do you think, Jaffa?
I'm with me, talking to me.
I think he's testing out my new mute button.
On you go, Bridge. On you go, Bridge. On you go, Bridge.
We're getting worried about you there.
Ox, can I make a wee football point, if you don't mind? You still there? He's back mute again.
Go for it.
It was just something that the guys have said earlier, and probably they don't mean it in the way it's came across, but I think us as Rangers supporters, the kind of elderly side, we're not the youngsters anymore. We've got a duty to teach them about the winning of Glasgow Rangers. The mentality of the support has got to fish onto the field and let everybody know round about. Rangers as a football club have never prioritised any trophy or the other. We want them to win them all. I know what you're saying about the league, but see, every time that I see green and white ribbons on a trophy and they're picking up, in the last 10 years they've picked up 22 trophies to our one. So we need to get back to that winning, and every trophy is vital going forward for our club. So the mentality of the support, the younger element support, don't be satisfied with just the league. You want a League Cup, you want a Scottish Cup to go with it, and that's what we need to get onto the park, because I've got a feeling the players think that the one league title is enough for them as well. No, for me it's no. They've got a chance to kick on this year and cement a treble. They can't do that now, but they can certainly win a double, and let's hope they do it.
Yeah.
Can I come in on that? Can I come in on that point?
Come in there, Bob. Oh, sorry. Okay.
I would just like to say that it's been, as we all know as Rangers fans, it's been absolutely extenuating circumstances that have let them win 22 trophies. If things had been normal, they would never have won 22 trophies. That's no bitterness, that's fact. And you're right in what you're saying. Rangers can't rest on their laurels. We have to improve, get better, get stronger, and win more. And I'm sure we will. It's a great point you're making there, sir, by the way. Great point. I'm sure we'll get stronger, we'll win more trophies.
But you must accept that priority's 56, yeah? Means nothing if we win the Scottish Cup alone.
No, I know. No, I do accept where your point's coming from, but I think we've got a duty to carry on that mentality to the next generation of Rangers supporters. My boy, he's just turning 20 at the end of the month. He's only seen us win one trophy, basically, in the last 10 years. He's quite happy the way things are going, but that we should never be satisfied with just that one trophy. We should be kicking on. We draw a line under it and we kick on to this season. So I want that.
Right, we've also
this team to win a double this year.
We've also been joined with our good friend Spanish Billy. Billy for Bellavadina. How did you work that one out, Bridge?
Good evening, Marion.
Hi, Billy.
Hi, Billy.
Firstly, I know I'm still relatively new to Rangers Radio and seldom call in, but I'd just like to thank everybody for welcoming me into the show when I do call in, and the community and the friends I've made through it, and you have been a real lifeline, not just me, but helping so many people out there, fellow Bears and Bearettes that struggle, and also, Rudy, for your kind words earlier on. And
no problem, mate. You're more than welcome, Billy.
Thank you. And although I'm generally not a festive person and I'm usually a Grinch, I would just like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas to you and yours, and I hope it's a good one for you all.
Yeah, you too, Billy. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, mate.
Same to you, Billy.
I suppose I better open my Secret Santa. What do you think, Linda?
Yes, we've been waiting for that. We've been waiting for it.
All right, okay. We'll just get the paper, pass it over to me, folks. Let's open it.
In here for it.
Very funny, very funny. I don't know who's done this, but very funny. A modern joke book.
Brilliant. You know what they say,
You're here, Milky.
Hey, it's only got one page.
Can't be that modern, David. He's got a picture of you on page 3. We've been joined by Davy. Evening, Davy.
It's not me.
No, he's not there. That's a different Davy. He'll be waiting in a second.
I know.
Yes,
I'm going to sign out, pal.
Cheers,
I'm going to sign out at the moment, but I just want to say this: it's been the toughest of years for me, as you know. Yeah. And but I'll tell you one thing: I love Rangers Radio to bits, and I can't put enough compliments its way. And as long as it's there, I'll be there. I'll keep phoning it if you'll have me. So, every one of you and your families have the merriest of Christmas and the happiest of New Year. And I'll see you later. Okay.
Thank you, Bob Gerard.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Bob Gerard.
Cheers, Bob.
Bye.
Cheers, Bob. Stay safe.
I think Davy's with us now. Evening, Davy.
All right, how you doing?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Aye, no bad. No, the last time I was on, actually, went and swore, but I didn't mean to swear. I didn't realise that it was actually on live. That makes sense.
That's all right, mate. That's all right. All right, what's on your mind?
I just want to... I've got to start, by the way. So
that's okay, mate. That's okay.
Heard on a couple of podcasts on YouTube that the Rangers can actually invoke a rule. It's called G7 or something.
That's to do with the international players playing away when we get the African nations. But it depends what happens, mate, with that going forward. Depends what happens. It's all our buts and maybes, but potentially we could, yeah.
I will. Like, if it was me, that's what I would be doing. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I would definitely be saying that. Well, one of, like, the SFA and else SPFL were wanting to bring the break forward. So, okay then, that's fine. That isn't a problem. But we have got Aribo, Balogun, and is it
potentially Bassey, and maybe Sakala as well.
Sakala, yeah.
Aye. So
I think you'll find Jamaica's in Africa,
right.
Linda.
No, but there's a World Cup qualifier.
Oxchair, do your homework before you come on the show, mate.
Yes.
Rudy, you're on a yellow card already, so watch yourself.
I'm just getting that screwdriver from your peg, Rudy.
Sorry,
no, I was actually trying my best there, you know.
Aye, really, you've done well, David. You've done better than us. You've done better than us, mate. Well said, mate. Well said. Aye, your point's valid, mate. That's all.
Because
I think
was me,
there's a lot of water to go under the bridge before we get there, you know.
I probably don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Aye, it's all buts and maybes, aye. But your point's valid. Linda?
Okay, absolutely, Davey. I think the club will just play it by ear. you know, as Ox says, we've got the 3 possibly at the African Cup of Nations, and we've got also these other World Cup qualifiers as well. I think it's Scott Arfield, possibly Kamar Roof, and also, as we said, Sakala. So, and Alfie's maybe possibly going to be playing for Colombia. Maybe he gets called up. So, but as I say, we'll just have to wait and see. And that's maybe why the club are just, you know, as I said earlier, keeping their powder dry as well, because you just don't know how things are going to pan out here with all this, and also just how this pandemic's going to, you know, in terms of the numbers of infections and whether there'll be crowds back in. So we'll just need to take it as it comes.
They're putting their cards pretty close, not out of their chest, aren't they? No, they've not said anything yet.
No.
Yeah. Listen,
which is probably the best way to go.
Can I just say a Merry Christmas to you, and I hope you have a very great 2022, and I hope it brings us 56, mate, yeah?
Oh, 100%, 100%, definitely 56. I was just, I just went and texted my boss there. I said, so I'm okay now. I says, not to work. I don't want to swear.
Okay, mate. Right, listen, thanks for the call, mate, and we'll catch you in the new year, brother, all right?
All right, well, all the best to everybody. All your listeners. I listen to you all the time. So
cheers, mate.
As I say, I've got a stutter, so...
No problem, mate. No problem.
Like, but it isn't very often that I would... I can phone up. Sorry for just no one can phone up either.
You can join us anytime you like it, Davey, right?
All the best, everybody. Okay.
Cheers.
Davey. Merry Christmas, mate. Merry Christmas, Davey.
Listen, we've got a lot of people we need to thank. We've got loads and loads of moderators that make all our things work. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. The boy the staunchest every day keeps that live and up to date. Of course, Terry and Fox, who were mentioned, but all the moderators. We've got Skipper and CB and Marine Lobby who make things function. The Rangers Radio family's grown and grown, Bridgeman, since we started this out. It was dozens and dozens of people that listened to us at the start, and it's hard to believe. I think my record audience was 44,000 the day we won the league, Bridgeman.
Wow,
the day we won the league,
44,000.
Just
amazing. Yeah. No, really, well done to you and the Turkey guys and all the guys that are supporting you. Well done. To everybody in Rangers Radio, including all the guys that are on tonight, just remember that. You are Rangers Radio.
Here. It's guys like Alec Fawishaw, Andy for Leeds, Lorraine Alex Kelly, Jim for Paisley, George for EK, Amanda, Jodie Pollock, Big Stevie, Southside. We could go on and on and on. The family's grown and grown and grown, but everybody's a small part in the wheel. Rudy Bear.
Aye, 100%. Ox, you've got the likes of Big Al, who always gives us a giggle, and he's very forthright in his opinions. Big Al, always enjoy listening to Big Al. But then you've got guys like, as you say, George V.E.K. I've laughed my head off some nights for George V.E.K.'s stories about his oven, which was brilliant, about his lasagna and all that. Guys like Bird Down Under, James for Tennessee, Denver Bear, who's always a legend. Denver Bear's, his quality calls all the time for Denver Bear. And you've got all the presenters, like you said. You've got Linda and Jaffa, you've got DFK, Big Stevie, Southside.
Big shout to All Bear. All Bear's not having the best of times.
All Bear as well. All the best to All Bear. Listening in
and all the people in our lobby, all the people on Facebook, all the people on YouTube. Linda, last word for you and then the bridge.
It was a great show tonight, Ox. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Everybody who called in, the Christmas gifts were wonderful. So thanks to you guys for organising that. And just to say a big Merry Christmas to everybody, all the panel, everybody involved in Rangers Radio, behind the scenes you as well, Bridgeman, and all the listeners. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a great time.
Well said, Linda.
Well said, Linda.
Forget all the guys like Davey for Paisley. Well, he's not really for Paisley, he just happens to live there. And Andy for Crooks, and guys like that are new for the show, and they keep making us grow, and they have their moments and make us laugh. It's over to the bridge.
Well, what can I say? Well, fabulous night. I have to say this. Absolutely fabulous night. Despite the threats of yellow cards to Rudy and I must say it's been a fabulous night. And I wish every single one of you a massive good Christmas. If we don't hear from you before, please, everybody enjoy it. Have a great Christmas. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, the best free internet radio in the world. Every single one is. Keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going.
Can I thank all the callers tonight who take the time to join us here in Rangers Radio, all the presenters for joining us, of course, the technical staff who there wouldn't be a show without. Thanks all the listeners for all the support over the year, and I wish you and all your families all the best for Christmas. And we'll be back in approximately 7 days. We'll be reviewing 2021 and talking about the St Johnstone game. We'll see a week today. We'll be back. Stay safe, everybody, and all the best, and have a merry, merry Blue Christmas. Take it away.
You too.
How can you see looking through those tears? Don't you know you're worth your weight in gold? I can't believe that you're alone in here. Let me warm your hands against the cold. A close encounter with a hard-hearted man who never gave half of what he got. Has made you wish that you'd never been born. That's a shame, 'cause you got the lot. Hey, can you with a sad face come up to my place and live it up? You beside the dance floor, what do you cry for? Let's live it up. If you smile, you won't fall down on all the people in this pickup joint. But if you laugh, you level this town. Hello, girl, that's just the point. Hey, can you with a sad face come up to my place and live it up? You beside the dance floor, what do you cry for? Let's live it up. Just answer me the question why. You stand alone by the phone in the corner. Cry. Hey, hey, How can you see looking through those tears? Don't you know you're worth your weight in gold? I can't believe that you're alone in here. Let me warm your hands against the cold. If you smile, the walls fall down on all the people in this pickup joint. But if you laugh, you level this town. Hey, lonely girl, that's just the point. Hey, have you with a sad face come up to my place and live it up? You beside the dance floor, what do you cry for? Let's live it up. Let's live it up. Live it up. Live it up. Hey, yeah, you with a sad face come up to my place. Come up to my place, baby. Hey, yeah, you with a sad face come up to my place and live it up.